Hello, everybody, and welcome to a different mod pack. Welcome to what is called. Honestly, I can't remember now. I just completely forgot. Somebody had mentioned something. That's what it was. Okay. So I had a comment. Let's go look at the comment again. It's by some what? Artimon Rick, whatever, something like that. Artimon Strict. Yeah. Asked why not Star Technology, since great tech is work in progress everywhere. And I was like, I did actually come across that one when I was looking for stuff. So I was like, I'll go check it out. And from what I could tell, it's definitely a lot more polished. It is still a great tech pack. So I mean, if I hit this button, yeah, I did think so. Let's go like this real quick and go to options and go to controls. Then we go to keybinds and type in quest and keybind it to our numpad subtraction button so we can just hit that when we want to. And yeah, so as you can see, if we come over here early game, you still have a bunch of this stuff. You still have like your great tech thing here to get this, to get this. I'm assuming it's in a way a little bit more simplified than the great tech thing, maybe possibly because it is a Skyblock. You can't really make stuff ridiculously complicated for a Skyblock start, because if you don't have a good way past, you might screw something up. But anyways, yeah, we click on here. Welcome. Star Technology is one of the first Great Tech modern packs. Embark on this journey to create many Stargates, simulate micro universes, and develop technology. Yes. Let's go up here. Official Discord. So there's an official Discord that if we end up getting stuck or something at some point, we need to go find answers. We could probably go to that if we need to. Lore. Red screens flash and alarms are going off. Everyone in the room is evacuating. The experiment is a failure. There's little time before this building will explode, but you notice something. The gate is open. Should have read that with a little bit less speed, I think. You stare in awe and think, yes, my theories were right, and I figured out what was the problem. You don't notice the others calling out to you for you to run. That's what I should say, calling out for you to run. But it was too late. A failure is still a failure, and the gate engulfs everything in the room. You wake up stranded on a floating island in an alternative dimension. The only thing you the only things you have is a tree, some dirt around you. But you are not discouraged. As the world's greatest scientist, you can use these materials to develop technology at faster rate than anyone. At a faster rate than anyone? Okay, fine. Grammatical errors are okay. You never know who's actually writing this and stuff like that. If it was translated from something else, or if it's not English as a first language, you never know. But still, you can try once again interdimensional travel. See, like that for something like that. For that, you will have to make from almost nothing everything and develop up to draconic and even star technology. You will succeed. You will return home. Welcome to Star Technology. Yeah. Small critiques there, but all good. All good. Makes sense. We basically were in a. Or I'm the best scientist in the world, right? Right. We've seen that in other mod packs that I am so awesome at Minecraft that I'm the best scientist in the world, right? Anyway, developer log. Yeah, so this here's basically looks like if you wanted to read all of this to see what all was fixed, what has happened, it's still technically, if you scroll down, in beta 3. Catalogs after beta 3 are available, or they only put this in here up until beta 3. If you want to see anything else after that, you have to go to their Discord apparently. But yeah, but most of this stuff, it's probably nothing too important overall for us right now. And then of course there are server files available on CurseForge, and then that is always ridiculously loud. This works if cheats are enabled. If you don't have them enabled, temporarily enable them before claiming this quest. So, slash, I don't know what that is. Because I mean, I have cheats enabled, because I always do that just in case something drastic happens. And then this works if the cheats are enabled. So basically, so this is just some fancy AE stuff that I am not entirely sure. Oh wait, so this here sounds like, okay, so basically if I hover over this, turn on AE2 channels. So if this works, so if I hover over this, channel mode for the AE is default. So, we have this on, we will only have 8 channels on a normal line and 32 on a smart line, and I think it's just, is it 4 on a baseline, or is it just 8 and then 32? I'm not sure. This here, of course, if we said this one here, depending on what type of things happen, we might end up turning this on. We didn't really have too many issues in all the mods, but if we end up having weird issues and stuff and whatnot, I might just turn on the infinite channel mode just so that it doesn't break, And then of course, times 2 channels, so that would make it 16 and 64 and such. We could even just possibly just turn those on. But that is fine. Mechanics. So here we go. EMI and JEI. EMI and JEI has its own integrated. I technically don't know what EMI stands for, but I mean, I know JEI is just enough items. This might be even more items. I'm not sure. Its own great tech allowing users. So yeah, basically, the minimum voltage of a tier recipes at the bottom right. Okay. And then we'll get, once we get some of these things, view dependencies, go read about superconductors in early games and blah, blah, blah. So here's where our first thing comes, and we'll get to, like it says, go read about machine modes, blah, blah, blah. There's different book things here that are the quests that if you need to read about them, I'm guessing there's like a thing we could click on there to do that. But ready, set, go. The quest book takes you through the entire mod pack, step by step. Here are a few things you should know. Mechanics. A small chapter explaining some great tech mechanics. Processing lines. Those chapters explain complicated processing lines. The line of progression. This chapter shows you all multi-block and tiered items such as coils. Resource production. This chapter shows you how to get most of the raw resources you will need. And quality of life. This chapter unveils some of the more helpful features and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, questing, if a quest doesn't load / register, try. So basically, if it doesn't load, reload the game, see if that works, and so on and so forth. So our first 2 quests that we're going to end up having here, again, like we said, we're going to have this progression tracking is basically, we're going to end up having this thing here where we get a mesh and sieve to get all these things, to get our ores, it looks like. Just like kind of like ex nihilo or whatever, something similar to that, I'm assuming. It is ex nihilo, okay. And then we'll have some other things with rock filtration, it looks like, to be able to get some of the other stuff as well, to be able to get some fancier gem looking things. Then we have up here a void extractor, which I'm assuming is like our void miner. Gets different ores out of there. Then there's dust we can get out of it via rare ore residue. And then raw ore slurry. We get some of these other ores. All the way down to like the fluid drilling, which gives us overworld drilling. Abydos drilling, which I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming it's a different dimension, and nether drilling as well, which give us the different things. We get oil, which we can get different oil stuff based out of, or oil-based stuff to get different stuff to get all the way to that oven. And then lines of, you know, we got this where it's basically a whole big huge thing, kind of like the one yeah, if you saw, you saw it. Then we got our different thing here. Once we get cobblestone, we'll be able to get gravel, to get flint dust, to get silicone dust, from clay dust and silicone dioxide dust, which we would end up doing some other stuff for and get all this and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And everything leads down a path to getting a thing, and then same thing here for later on stuff, I'm guessing. Assuming, yeah. And then the different power options we have, there's going to be, it looks like some solar power that we can get via solar flux. There's going to be whatever there is from the Great Tech generators things. We'll have, what is that? Thermodynamics, which gives us the different dynamos and stuff like that we can use. There's a power through tiers, which I'm assuming is also another, looks like it's more thermo series type stuff, which then, you upgrade this all the way down and get those. And then there's some other capacitors things here, which I'm assuming are like batteries and whatnot. And then we have flux. Applied energistics, like we said, we know about that. So we can get all the way up to like this, and we can make it to where these have infinite channels if we feel like we need to. There's a Gregified mystical agriculture, which makes me wonder if like they have the supremium armor and stuff like that I like so much just because it's nice and easy. Here's our quality of life things, pipes, item collectors, whatever the Kumaru cat is, modular routers, functional storage. Looks like Tom Simple storage for early thing, and then there's a shop where as we get these coins from whatever, I'm assuming the different quests, we could get them to be able to, like, one coin, if we run out of wood for some weird reason, we could use one coin to get 64. Same thing with this changing water cycle. That's weird that you don't get any reward for that. Disable water. Okay. So basically, if we use 16 coins, we will enable changing the weather cycle, and then we can basically disable rain and whatnot. And same thing with the daylight. So we can make it always day and always no rain by doing that. And if we need rain for something, we can do that. Anyways, it's already dark. So let's go ahead while it's dark, start collecting some tree. I don't think this is going to be like a fall over one. Yeah, didn't think so. But let's go ahead and for starters, just break all but one block of the tree for now. Okay. Then we'll click on that and go to early game. Our tree chopping will give us this start a Skyblock. Who would have guessed, right? Sneaking and right clicking on grass, the dirt one, you can okay. So it's got the sneak and right click on grass in order to get all your pebbles and stuff like that. And you can just kind of shift and hold this down for a while and get a bunch of that to then be able to press U on that. Shift click on that to get cobblestone, press U on that. Shift click to get andesite, press U on that. And press U on that. There we go. So we can do that to get a bunch of that. I'm assuming we're still going to make a crafting table like so. Yes. But just like your standard crafting table and whatnot, everything's still for the most part relatively standard. But then we could probably go in here like this, make some sticks. And with our stone, can we just do a stone now? Yes, we can. Okay. So that's one thing I do think I do like a little bit more about the Great Tech is having all those other fancy things. But, you know, it is what it is. For now, we can go ahead and just do that. Okay. But we go like this then. Take this tree, replant it. Do we have twerking? Yes, we do. So we can just do that a bunch until we get a new one. And do we have Ultimine? We do. So that's in a way where stuff's going to be nice, but at the same time kind of suck, just because one reason why I did think I liked the Great Tech pack itself, the New Beginnings, was because of the whole extra steps, but at the same time, that was just a lot of extra steps. So let's go in here, click on this real quick. We'll get some more star coins, and then the first things this thing's going to want us to do is some stuff to obtain water and bone meal. Well, to obtain water, it's going to want us to make an oak crucible, which we can do. You just go in here and type in oak crew so that we get this, and for that we're going to need this. Means we're going to need that. So we go like this. We go like that. Most of these steps are just our generic steps like this. Okay, there we go. We can then put that down, and then we're going to go ahead, put down a tree there and there. And then I think what I will do actually is I'm going to go like this first. We will get ourselves stuff. Okay, so this doesn't have the one that lets you just place out wherever you want, which is fine by me. But I think what we're going to do real quick is just make a little lip here on these and extend this out a bit just to check. So, yeah, the running and sprinting thing is also on here. I just wanted to double check and make sure if you sprint near a tree and crops, that is also in here. Which, again, I understand. Like, I wanted like a slightly harder mod pack. That was why I was thinking Great Tech, because it does have all those like harder thing. Like you gotta more steps and everything. But darn, didn't put that there. Oh well, whatever. Let's go like this and mine that tree, and go like that, mine that tree. And yes, we did get some more things. Perfect. Okay, but then we can go like this. I think go like this real quick. And okay. So you have to click it on grass, not just dirt. Okay. If we go in here and we click U on this, we can get ourselves an andesite crook. We could then place down our trees. Do just a small sprint, apparently. And then we go like this. Get that. And then that to get that. Okay. So we also technically probably don't have Tetra in this because Tetra would be kind of hard to do unless they made it to where you can get stuff. So yeah, so we don't have Tetra. Do we have like silent here or something? At SI? Nope. At Team? Nope. At a Pa? Nope. So we don't really have any like super overpowered weapon kind of thing, which does again kind of suck. Be nice to have some of those things, but not the same thing. Because again, I wonder if we go in here, magic. Nope. So magic bane isn't in this, so we don't need to worry about that either. So I think we'll be fine for the most part with that. Let's go ahead. Do 3 more trees. And take our silkworms, of course, and put them on the trees so they could start turning it into string for us. So we'll do that. We'll start getting some string. While we do that, we'll go ahead. Nope, did think so. Okay. So we'll go like this. We'll go like this. Let's just make ourselves chests. There we go. So that we can put some of this other stuff that we don't really need to carry on us. Wait. Okay. And then we go like this with our crook. Get our string. And then we'll just wait for the, actually we don't need to wait. We can just go ahead, break that, break that. And once these are done, go like that to get the rest of our string. Perfect. There we go. Nice. And then this crook's almost broken. To throw it off the world. So let's go back in here. Quest. Worm business. Gives us a coin. Next thing we would do is the sieves in the mesh. But of course, obtaining water, we need a wooden water bucket. So we need to figure out how to make a wooden bucket. So bucket. And we just go like that. Apparently, it's just going to be that. There we go. Now we just need to wait for it to rain. Or do we put... Yes, we do. Okay. We can just put some saplings in there. And those saplings will turn to water. Okay. So then we need a compost. Which is just going to be simply taking these like so. There we go. Perfect. And that'll give us a compost bin that we can then put stuff into. And yeah. But that's going to take quite a while for that to make water. So while we wait for that water, I think what we want to do is just sit back here real quick, and we're going to get a bunch of pebbles and stuff like that. And we will be back once we got a bunch of that. Okay, and with all of that done, we have expanded out a little bit as well, just to make it so we can do some stuff. But like I was curious, I clicked on this and pressed U, and as you can see, we do have all this Greg Tech stuff, but it is for some of the other more Greg Techy stuff versus the everyday type stuff. So I guess once we get there, it'll be a little bit better, maybe. I did go ahead and make a furnace as well, because that is one of the quests here that it wanted us to do. So we can do that, get that. And we made our bucket, but it wasn't actually a bucket of water. And that is getting close to being a bucket of water. I do want to go like this, though. We're going to take out just some andesite. So we have andesite as a base so we can see it easier. And I'm going to go like this. And put it right here like so. So that for our infinite water source, it's a little bit easier to see when we finally make one of those. We go like this then. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Perfect. And we'll also be able to use that for our if we wanted to, we could use that for our whatchamacallit, cobblestone gen if we end up needing it for that. But now we can just come over here, put that there, come in here, go ahead, put 4 trees in there. I am going to go ahead, plant 3 of them. I don't know how many would go in here. Yeah, like that. There's a lot more that go in there for that. Okay, and then we'll go like this. Get all this stuff here. Okay, there we go. We do also, I think, want to do just like we would do in one of the other sky blocks. I'm going to go ahead and do it out of diorite. I'm going to go ahead and make ourselves a little room here that is 5 by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go like that, and we now have it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go to here. And this will be our wall. And then we'll fill this in like so. Get all of this done. Okay, I didn't want that there yet, but that's fine. And with that, we now have that filled in like that. We can then come over here and go ahead, grab out the rest of the diorite pebbles. Press U on those. And then go like that. And place them down in a 3 high. Do we want to do 3 high or do we want to do 4? I think we want to do 4. I think 4 is better, just in case. I mean, 3 high should be enough, but you never know. Get this. And then, of course, we ran out of diorite, so we got to click on this a bit more so we can make it all out of the same thing. Otherwise, we're making it out of 2 different things. Then we go like this. 9 more diorite. It's more than we need. We can put that there, there, and there. Okay. And then we can just throw the rest of this stuff here in there for now. I'll go like that. We will probably want to grab these stone pebbles out in the stone, and then we go up here, shift click on that to get that, and then go in here where we apparently didn't actually click on that. Okay. Barrel transformations. Okay. Barrel transformations from Xnilo have been disabled and replaced with this beautiful machine. It can soak, compost, and transform. Be sure to choose the correct active machine mode in the tab to the left of the UI. Okay, so there is a Great Tech wooden barrel thing, which we could probably do, but we'll worry about that in just a minute. The next thing we're going to do, I believe, is make a hammer from this. I think we need, I don't even know what type of hammer, if it even says. It's probably just anything. If any hammer. So yeah, any hammer will work. So if we click on this again, stone hammer, there we go. Any rod, perfect. Go like that. And then we can take this cobblestone, place it down like we normally would, and just break it until we get some gravel. Yeah, there we go. So that gives us this. Of course, we're going to need sand and dust as well, apparently. So we'll throw down 2 more of these. Do that and that, which will give us the sand. And then we'll do this, which will give us the dust. We'll be able to finish that quest off. And for that is where we're going to then need, in order to get resources for days, so we're going to need to make our save and our sieve mesh. So we'll grab back out our stick. I guess I don't have any sticks. We will probably grab out those. Actually, I have sticks on me, so never mind. So we'll go like this, and we'll type in SIEVE, whatever, and then we'll go to oak, press A on it, shift click here, and I guess for now we're just going to make 4. And then we'll bring them back in here. And the reason why we only made 4 is because that's how much of those we have. I'm going to assume we want this to make our mesh. String mesh will go like that. And we are just going to go ahead and make all 21 of them. And then go ahead. Actually, we might be able to skip over the string mesh. Is it going to be one of these things where, yeah, you got the thing that'll let you pick stuff up when you shift right click on it, but if you don't want to do that, you got to be far enough away from it before to recognize the I don't want to pick it up type thing. Let's go ahead again, plant some saplings, put the rest in there just for the fun of it, although we could also probably put the apple in there, and then we can click that to get our 1 bone mill, which will then give us this quest. Which for that, in order to do that, we need to make lava. So wait, does that mean in order to get lava, we have to use this? I don't know. I don't know. For now, we'll go ahead and just take our gravel. It's almost nighttime. I'm assuming I can go like this for flint, right? Darn. And go like that for flint, right? Nope. Okay, I can't go like that for flint. So to get a flint mesh, ooh, I don't know. I don't know how we get a flint mesh. We'll have to worry about that later, I guess. If I press U on that, give us a treated wood reinforced mesh. Yeah, but anyways, we can now sleep through the night. Then I guess we'll go ahead and put the string meshes back in here. Take our gravel, begin sifting it through there, which will give us a bunch of crushed ore for a bunch of these other things, right? So if we go in here, we got those. We go to resource production and gave us a bunch of these, but since they don't actually have things, yeah. So we'll go back to early game and see this here. It wants us to do iron, copper, and tin. Did we get all of that? We got whatever this is, which is zinc. We got iron, we got copper, we got iron, and we got tin. So we should be able to come over here, click on this, throw that in there, throw that up there. That'll give us our iron, and so on and so forth. And yeah. I'm going to try and get these trees to grow. So we can just get this wood again. Get these trees, click on here, go like this, go like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, sure, why not do all of them? Go like this. This will let us make 8 more of these. And that we could then come in and put them there. To go like so. Get those in there. Okay. And then we just really ran it. We ran out of sticks, right? So if we went like this, then sticks, break that and that, start running. There we go. Break down this. Get our leaves and stuff, our trees and stuff. Throw that up there. Click on this. We'll do this again. We don't need 15 of them, I don't think. How many do we actually need? Because we have 10, so we need 15 minus 2. So if I went ahead and went like this, and then we grabbed this and went 1, 2, we can make 13 of them. And that will let us put them right here. Okay, then we just need a couple more string meshes because we only have 9. So we press R and shift on there. Go like that, say sure. I don't know how many we actually needed, so I think it was less than that. Whatever, that's fine. It's fine. We'll just go like that. And we'll have 3 extra that we can upgrade or whatever later. We got our copper. Go ahead and throw our zinc in. And yeah, there we go. So that's that. Now we just need a lot of stone again. We do have another bucket of water here. We go like that. And we now have infinite water. A wooden bucket seems to have a certain number of uses. So we're good there. Although I am curious. Okay, so yep. We can't just make a bucket that way. Okay, perfect. So it will require us to make the iron stuff. So we would need 6 iron just to make a bucket. Well, we don't quite have, well, actually, no, we do. We easily have 6. Okay, but I do also want to cook on this real quick. Go ahead, take these 2 things like this and make ourselves a stone pickaxe to go ahead and fix these problems that I made. Okay, there we go. And then let's go ahead and break our bed real quick, and we are going to move it over to here, where we will then go ahead and just build a quick thing like that. Set the respawn point. I think we'll be fine with it there. We go like this, and actually, in order to make the bucket, actually, we might be able to. There might be a wooden hammer. I mean, I doubt it, but there might be. Right? Okay, well, we go like that and break that. And then we go in here. Let's quickly make ourselves another one. And get the rest of it. There we go. Okay, and then we can click on here. Go down here again real quick and type in hammer. Assuming that's framed blocks. There's that. Cobalt brass mining. So I think the first one will actually end up being just the iron hammer, which we need 6 iron for. So we don't have enough iron at all yet. We could throw our copper in there, and we'll throw our tin in there shortly. Let's go ahead, take our sand over. We got just quartz out of it. And let's take our dust over. And we did get some redstone out of it. Nice. And we also got some tiny piles of sulfur dust. Let's also go ahead and put down these other chests so that we could kind of divvy up stuff. So we could put resources inside of here, like so. This one will still get kind of our stuff. So let's take the sulfur out of there actually and put it in there. So we'll still keep like most of our stuff probably for now in here. So, but we could put useful resources like our iron and stuff like that into there. Our copper into there and so on and so forth. Okay, so now we actually want to we're going to need what? We're going to get that tin from there, and then sulfur dust is big stuff. We'll have to wait for that. I think we need to worry about making one of these barrel transformation things, which is going to require our wooden bucket and some stripped logs and a chest. So let's go ahead and take this back out, Go like this and go 1, 2, so that we can go like this to get our chest. And then we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stripped logs, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll get those picked up, and I'm going to assume that the bucket doesn't have to be. Ooh, the bucket might have to be new. Wow, there's a lot of stuff you can make with the chest. Okay, so we do need a new bucket, so we'll go ahead then and go 1, 2, 3, like that. Then we can press this, which will give us this. And of course, this here technically says it needs voltage. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. We'll put it right here real quick, and then if we click on this, wooden barrel, change barrel soaking, posting, barrel transforming. We click on this. I'm assuming. I'm not sure. So I'm assuming we're gonna need. It wants us to make something. Gonna make us want to make the clay ball, the literally building block of your design. Let's go ahead. Extractor, crushing, bulk washing gets that. Milling gives us that. Gives us the. We actually wanted to press U on this, didn't we? Or no, we wanted to press R on this so we could figure out how we get it. Because I don't know how to use this thing here. So let's go ahead and quickly take it down. If we go like this and we press U on it, maybe it'll tell us how we use it. Okay, so soaking. I'm assuming if we put water in there and crush dripstone, we will get pointed dripstone. If we put seawater and these coral larvae will get that. We put that in there. Put water in it with dust, we will get the clay. Okay. So I feel like I go like this. We take this from, not from there. Take it from here. And we put this in here. Like that. There we go. And then if we got a thing of whatchamacallit again. So we'll go like this. And like that. And like this. And open this up and throw it in there. It'll make that clay. There we go. We could go to sleep. And yeah, I think we are also going to need some more stuff to put in here by quite a lot. I don't know for sure. So if we go here and we type in bone meal and click on it, we can make it that way. And then of course, composting. We can put leaves in there. Okay, so we can put leaves in there. And that'll be good. Of course, if we were able to get moss blocks right now, that would be extremely handy, but it doesn't look like there's an easy way to get those. So we probably want to go like this and like this. Let's see, our shear is going to be just simple SHEA 2 iron. Yes, they will. Okay, so we will use up 2 of our iron for that for sure. It's nice that it didn't make us make 2 iron plates. I mean, I still would have done that, but yeah, but now we can go like this, and that'll give us a bunch of leaves that we could easily put in here to start getting some bone meal. Once we get enough bone meal, we can make our porcelain clay. Does it really require this much in here? Holy crap, that was a lot that time. There we go. Up to 5 for 6 total. There we go. We could throw that there. That's 7. And that'll make 7 total. Okay, then we can put down our clay. And we need a shovel. So let's go ahead and I actually don't know why I'm about to make a wooden shovel. I got stone in my inventory right there. I could easily just make a stone shovel. We could do that to get 4 clay. Okay, but we need more than that, so we will go ahead, throw this down here, and take this back through its process real quick. Like so. So we could put it in here. And then we will grab this from here, click on here, left click it on there. That'll make the clay go like that. And with our shovel, shovel that up. And then I'm assuming I should be able to just take the clay ball and that to get our porcelain clay that we need. And then we go up to this, where we will make our unfired crucible and then throw the unfired crucible in there. Throw our tin over in there. Once this is done with this, I think I'm going to turn the rest of these logs into, start turning them into some charcoal, I think. So we go like that. And we go like that, and that should last quite a while. This here is for our way to make lava. So we will just bring it over to right here, I think, where we will go ahead and put this here. And then go like so, or we could then put that there, that there, that there. Put this here, put that there, and I'm pretty sure it's going to want us to make a torch. So we could probably go like this, I'm assuming. There we go. That we can then put underneath there. And then we'll go ahead and put the other torches, one over here, one over here, and one over here. Then we just need a bunch of stone. So those are andesites. And honestly, the easiest way to get stone is probably going to be for the first, until we get our first thing of lava, is going to be to just click here. And we'll just shift click on this for a while and get some more pebbles and all that. We'll come back once we have. No, actually, you know what? That's more than enough. That's more than enough. We go like this. Shift click on this. That'll give us 18. We could then bring this over and go 1, 2, 3, 4, which will give us a full bucket of lava at some point. But then we needed 6 of the, no, wait, we needed 6 of these just to make the hammer, right? So we go like this, and like this just to make our hammer perfect. We could then click here and throw all of this into here. Take this down right here. Turn all of this into gravel. Like that. Jump up here, do this. There we go. And with that, we can bring it over here. Actually, let's go ahead. I wonder if this will let me use andesite and stuff like that to make a furnace or not. It will not. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just go ahead, shift click here again, get some rocks so that we can make ourselves another furnace. Go like that, hit that, shift click here. That's 14. That's enough for another furnace. Where we will just make ourselves another furnace. So that I can put it right here. We'll go ahead and take out all of this, put that in there. Throw this in here and go ahead and say we want to make the iron first. So we'll put that in there, and then that's crushed tin, that's crushed iron. That 6 will be enough for us to make a iron bucket, which will be good. Although I'm gonna go like this real quick and type in at MYS. So mystical, it looks like we do not actually have like the mystical agriculture gear, which is fine, I guess. It's still fine because we have all the other stuff which will let us make, or it'll help us get resources, right? So from here, if we click on this, we got tools for days. It only required us to make one of these apparently. But next we have stuff for mixing dust. We'll get bronze, copper, tin. So, in order to get these, we're going to have to make this bowl. Or, yeah, it looks like we have to make that bowl for that. Okay, that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Let's go like that, throw that in there. We'll open this up, throw those all into there. And, yeah, so the whatchamacallit thing down here. Here we go. Lava gives you access to cobblestone, which will certainly, with that, baby. Lava gives you access to cobblestone, which will contain everything you might ever need in life. You could also use it as fuel. No one here is judging you. Yeah. And then we have easy cobblestone. By putting a bucket of lava and pumping water in the stone barrel, it's able to produce you as much cobblestone as your heart desires. Just be sure to select the correct ghost circuit, which can be done in the bottom right machine's interface. So that's going to require... Okay, so that we could use andesite for. We still need a stone slab for, so we are still going to technically need to cook some stone up. So we'll go ahead for now and just cook up all of that stone that we got there. Come over here, throw all of this in here, go to this one where we could throw just the raw resources in here as well. And then we go like this. And go like that. And get this put in the right place. And go 1, 2, 3. Where we then go like this to make ourselves a bucket. And of course, this lava is going to take quite a while. And of course, also the very first bucket of lava, I think what I will do with that, if we still have some of these, is it'll replace that torch. So that way there, the next bucket of lava can be made much, much quicker. Although do I want to do that, or do I want to make... Can I make like andesite stairs, or granite stairs. Yes, I can. Okay, so that should be good because that should let me waterlog it. So I should be able to go like this, and we can come over here and just put down a bunch of granite down here because I'm too lazy to go get some more stone. And we will go like this for now. Put this up here, and we are going to actually raise this all up one block, so I probably didn't need to go underneath there. But we'll go like this to right here. Put that like so. We will then put our stairs facing that way. Where we could then go like this. I'll put that there. And then later we could swap that block out and do some other stuff if we need to. But we could put our bucket of lava right here first, probably. Our first bucket of lava will probably actually go right here with the water, of course, being right there. So that that flows down, turns into cobblestone, and then we can collect some cobblestone quickly that way rather than doing the other stuff. And then we can, of course, do everything else it wants us to do. So we can take this out of here real quick, go like this, right? And then type in STONE space BA get stone barrel, like so, which wants us to have a chest as well. And that looks like that might actually use up our bucket. Ugh, if it does, I'm going to hate it. So we actually turned all of our wood into charcoal, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay, so let's get some more of that real quick. And that's easy to get by just running. There we go. Okay, and then we'll sleep through the night. Not that it matters too much right now, but we'll do it. And then we'll collect our sticks. Click on here, go like this, go like this. Make ourselves a chest. Or 6, I guess. And then click on that. Yep, that used up our stone barrel. That's fine. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how this works. Sounded like I need to put or pipe water into it, it said. So I'm not entirely sure. I am just going to go ahead, put it right here, and then click on, actually, you know what? Let's go like this. If I click on this and we press U on this and click on this barrel formation. So if we have, I'm assuming you don't actually need this program circuit to do this. I'm assuming that just makes it easier. But if we were to put water and lava with a circuit for, okay, maybe we do need or maybe the circuit's just the thing you actually pick. But if we go here, you can see it says lava is not consumed. Okay. Water is consumed, but lava is not consumed. Okay. I just wanted to double check and make sure that that was how that was saying was correct. Okay, so now we just got to get water into there. Of course, we do have the method of just going like this and clicking there for starters, but that's going to take some time. So yeah, but now we still do need to get a bunch of stone so we could get some more iron to get another iron bucket, because I don't know if we could put the lava in the wooden bucket, and if we do, it might be one of those ones where it's like, yeah, you put it in, but it catches you on fire, and yeah, it just seems like something that's kind of annoying to deal with right now. So we'll just go ahead and do some stuff to try and get some more whatchamacallit, we'll go like that and press shift and then click on that to get 48 of those. Click on here and throw the rest of the pebbles into there. And then just like always, we'll go ahead and start placing these down just to get our ability to vein mine it and go from there, right? There we go. So we go like this, vein mine it. It gave us 48 gravel. We could jump up here and do all 25 at a time, followed by whatever's left. And yeah, I always recommend anytime you're doing ex nihilo, if you're starting out, just make a do everything you can to make a 25, 5x5, just because you could do a bunch of it at once with that. And then I could throw that in there and that in there, and then throw the rest of the stuff in here for now. There we go. How is our lava doing? We still got quite a bit to go. That is fine because we need to get our bucket anyways. Go ahead, click on this, do that. Now the question is, can I possibly get one of these grass blocks picked up from here or not? Or should I just go like this? I think for right now, right? We'll just go like this. This has got more stuff in it. It's heavier. I think I'll just go like this for right now. Too far away from that. And move everything we have right here. They can't move the composter. It probably might be able to move the composter if it was empty, but it's not empty. So let's go ahead real quick and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put the rest of those in there. And then I was gonna say we'll run around here, but we can't run right now. We are out of food. And I don't think we have anything to eat, so we're gonna have to just twerk these. Go ahead, go like that. Go ahead, go like that. Maybe we'll get an apple that we can eat. Does not look like it. That kind of sucks. But whatever, we can go like this. There we go. Go like that. Maybe an apple this time. Nope. Okay, so with that though, I do think we do want to go ahead and take our saplings. We only got 6 of them. We'll go like that. Let's go ahead, do that. Let's grab from here some andesite pebbles. We'll go like this real quick and make a couple of these. If I press U on this, okay, so that just repairs it. Okay. If I do that, that gave me some apples, or a apple at least, which will let us run for a second. And then we go like that and like that to get some more apples. And come over here, do it there. And of course, it gave us big tree this time. There's still only a total of 38 blocks overall. Go like that. That'll give us a couple more apples, maybe. Yes, it gave us at least 1. Okay, and then we'll go over here, get all this, and yeah. And I'm curious. Okay, yeah, it did consume it from the thing. Okay. But I am going to go ahead and eat these instead of throwing them all in the compost. Because, yeah. Okay, and then actually, can I throw silkworms in here? No, I can't. Okay, darn. Okay, let's go ahead, though. Come over here, grab this out. go like this and throw this up here and go 1, 2, 3. Like that to get our bucket. How are we looking now? Almost there. Let's go ahead and plant a couple more trees so that we have them. And then we'll throw all this in here. Get that. So that we can hit that there. Do that. You see what we get. We got some tomato seeds, we got some wheat seeds, we got some corn seeds. So the wheat seeds were the main thing I wanted there. So we got those. We're good. Okay, so we'll go like that. Apparently break that X. We're going to have to make another one. Which we don't have any cobblestone on us because, yeah, why would we? Let's go ahead, open this up. Actually, we'll get middle chest. Throw all of that in. And then we'll come back over here, and we do have some stone pebbles, just not enough to get 3. So we'll go like that. That should give us enough to get 3 cobblestone so that we can make another X. Like so. And of course, we are going to go ahead and actually just use the crook real quick on this. To then go like that, go like this, and boom. Done. Okay. So we at least have that going for us there. We come over here real quick. We have this. So now if I put that there, that should come over and stop there. Turn into cobblestone. Where we can go like this. And get some cobblestone to start off with. Yeah. And then we can take this cobblestone that we got. We needed 4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. We can then pick up that, put that there, and that now will make that next thing of lava 3 times faster. And yeah, we'll do it like that for now. And we'll see. We'll have to figure out how to get water pumped into there. And of course, item output says north, so it would automatically output that direction if we had something in it. If we click on this, assuming there's some different stuff we could do here. I have no idea what that is. So we'd have to like see what the different stuff for that is. Working disabled, working enabled. Click on here. Stone barrel, allow items input from the output side. Okay, I don't know what that means. Item output north, allow input. I'm assuming it means some stuff, but if we click on this again and we press U on this, right, and then we click here. Yeah, don't know. Don't know what that actually does. So we will have to come back to that some other time, I think. Now let's go ahead and sleep for the night. And yeah, can I pick this up now? No, I can't. Okay, so we'll just break it with our hand, bring it over here, put it right there. Crafting table also can't, so we'll break that. Bring it over here. Furnaces, we will just move back off of there. And with that, I would now be able to go ahead if I wanted to plant a whole bunch of trees and run around like this and hopefully get them all built. And then pop them down. There we go. And that will give us just some more food and some more saplings. And then, of course, we get more saplings another way later. But for now, I think we're going to say, once this is done, it'll go in here, figure out how we can get water in there as soon as we can. I'm assuming there's some other way to do it. Let's click on this and click on this and click on read about ghost circuits. Ghost circuits. Many great tech machines have circuit configuration window on the bottom left of screen. Each circuit starting from blank and going up to 32 refers to possible recipes each machine utilizes. To find the circuit configuration your particular machine, click on the arrow between the input items and final product to show the use of the machine. If the recipe does not require a circuit or shows blank, select the blank circuit. However, if your given recipe shows a circuit with an with an icon number, e.g. 4, okay. Okay, so that, if we then go back up here and click on this, click on that, that technically will finish both quests, the mechanics quest and that. And that's basically saying, so like, okay, so if I clicked on this and we clicked on this, if this showed a number, like that one shows a 1, in order to get water and lava to become obsidian, we would need to use 1, because otherwise water and lava will become cobblestone. Okay, that makes perfect sense. I do want to check something real quick. We're going to go here and type in at nope, so we don't have a sophisticated backpack back, but we do have common backpack, uncommon, epic, and ultimate. So we do have whatever this does. I have no idea. That holds 158 stacks on that one. I'm assuming this is going to hold 18. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then, of course, there is the satchel, which stores items configured to a filter. No idea for the thermal series. I've never used one of those. And then, yeah. So we have all of that. Knockback, backstabbing. Then, of course, we have our tanks from Create and all of that. That should be done over here now, right? Yes, that is done. So we can take it out. Click on here. If we click on here, like it says, that'll make that one cobblestone. Okay, we just now have to figure out how to get cobblestone into there. Can I take this back out? Yes, I can. Okay. I just wanted to double check because I want to know if I could like just put this right here. Let's see. So if I break this right now, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to overflow anywhere. I put that there. And we go like this. But no, we can't just straight up put whatchamacallit into the back of it. We do need to put that on there. So we will need to find out a way to get water in there. And I don't know for sure, but if we went like this and said at PIP, I don't remember if item pipes. Oh, well, we wouldn't be able to do this anyways. We're gonna need brass and tin. Okay, so that's still a ways off. Okay. I was like, yeah, we could just make some of those, but no, we won't be able to make those. And then, of course, fluid pipes is actually bronze and copper, which makes sense. And then lead and tin for energy. I mean, I guess it's cheaper than gold, but I mean, technically, if I had gold, I would probably say like golden tin or aluminum, if aluminum is in here. And of course, ultimate is going to be all three. And then gas pipe. Apparently I click on that, it doesn't exist. Okay. So that is all of that. So click here, we can then put some of this stuff here and there. And then of course for now, because we don't have a way for that to get stuff, we could just put that right there. And we can throw the other four in there to get them going. Okay. If we go in here though and type in crucible, right? And we click on this and we actually press U on this. So melting, if we melt dripstone, we get fluid amount. So we would get, wait. So one stone gives, okay, so basically one cost, okay, yeah. So all of that could do that. We could put any of the trees and stuff in there. All those give lava. It's pretty much going to be lava and water, right? Leaves give us water. Leaves give us water. And yeah. Heat sources. So if we had a shroom light, which is going to be pointless at this point, or glowstone, which is going to be pointless at this point. So those would give us ×2. ×1 is that. ×3 is the lava. Split and steel. So I'm going to assume that's if we put netherrack underneath it and light it on fire, that'll give us a ×4. A campfire gives us ×4. A furnace gives us ×3. And redstone gives us that. And then melting, of course. Yeah. Okay. So, really, a campfire. Can we make a campfire? Because that's actually going to be better right now. So, campfire is going to be a charcoal and sticks and logs. So, we can easily do that. We can just go here, click on this, go like this. There we go. That'll let us take this out, put that down, which gives us ×4, which is going to be the fastest that we can get that. And then we can just take that lava and put it in there for right now, which, yeah, it won't do anything until we can figure out how to pump some water into there, which I have a feeling will be done once we get to some create stuff over here. Okay, oh, actually, wait. So we would make wrought iron by putting iron on a campfire. So we could take, technically, we could go in here and just take 2 of these real quick. Actually, yeah, let's just take all of it, right? And we could actually technically take all 4, put all 4 on there. And do that, and that'll give us the wrought iron, which we will use for something at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, we go like this, and we press U on this, so we would use that to make nuggets, that, the rods. We could use it to make the wrought iron mortar and pestle, wrought iron hammer, pickaxe, wrought iron axe. I'm just looking at it, trying to figure out what it's called. Scythe. Which the scythe just tills ground, does an area of effect for flowers and stuff, and yeah. And then of course you could use the press to press it into plates and all that stuff. But yeah, so for now we don't really need wrought iron. Andesite alloy is going to be the next thing we're going to need, which is going to be iron nuggets and that. So let's see. So iron nuggets and andesite pebbles, or so that's if we had this and we use this, that would be only easier. So this one here is going to be the better one to use. So we will grab andesite out of here. Click on this and we'll go like this to just make some of that. We could then go like this and like that to make some andesite alloy, and way more of it than we actually needed to make. Okay, there we go. But with this stressed out, we can do any of these. We can make a water wheel, a large wheel, or a crank. And that's actually going to be simple to do. We could just go in here. Let's go ahead, actually throw some of this stuff away into our system for now, or into our thing there. And we guess we would go like this. And I'm assuming, I'm just going to guess with this. I'm just guessing right now. So we go like that. We go like that. Nope, didn't think so. Okay. So we'll go here and type in water. And the water wheel, okay, so it needs the shaft. Okay, so it's a shaft with the stuff. That would make sense. And then this is simply going to be that. Okay. So we could just go like this then, pull that out of there, put it right here, put it right there, make a water wheel. There we go. And with that, we essentially have what we need. The heck is that? And I zoom on that. Thank you for 1 million downloads. Okay, cool. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't actually look at how many downloads there were for this, but yeah, apparently there are over 1 million downloads for this. If I come over here, hover over this and go to this, it's actually doesn't tell. Let's go in here real quick and click on this. Does that tell me? No, it doesn't. I click browse and type in star again. I mean, downloads I see on CurseForge is 360,000. So I don't know for sure now what that million was about, but either way, it could just be overall downloads and looks and stuff, and maybe even other sources. Who knows? But yeah, we can now go ahead. Let's come over here and find where we put all of our cobblestone slabs, and we are quickly going to just walk over here and go like this and make ourselves, no, actually it does look like that was deeper than just one, so we could probably move a fair amount of that stuff. But if we go like this, and I'm going to go ahead and put that there real quick, so I can go like this and like that. And then if I go out one and down, I want to go down. I don't want that to face that direction. So we'll have to go up from here. So if I go like this, and then let's go ahead, break that just for the fun of it. Go like that, just so it looks a little bit different. And then we go in here, go in here, go like this, put that there, there, and go like that. And then if we get a bucket of water, go over here, grab our bucket of water. I'm going to assume that this works the normal way, so that'll go. So far, not working quite the normal way that I hoped. Because water, yeah, I didn't think it completely forgot about the way water works. If I go like that, that should go like that. Then if I grab this, and I believe it would be on this one. Might be on this one. You know what? Let's go ahead and just go like that and that. And then we take our large water wheel and put it there. And as you can see, we now have a water wheel that is spinning. that we can now bring rotational force off of. Yeah, perfect. So that'll give us this quest, which will let us also, if we wanted to, this will actually let us do this. We can make this encased fan, I think. We go like this, and that's just okay. It's going to be that simple. So we go put that down, and right click on that. Then we can pick that up. Now let's come over here, and then we'll go down here real quick and type in fan, where we will look for the encased fan. If we could find it on the side over here, there it is at the bottom. So we just need a propeller, which is going to be 4 iron plates. So we'll need 4 iron plates. So we'll go like that and like that to get those. Put this in here. And nope, it was the andesite alloy, not the thing. We can do that. And now click on this to go like, yay, perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to assume the like the gears and stuff, right? So gear, or nope, not called gears. What are they actually called? Cogs? C-O-G? Yeah, cogs. There's copycat ones. I have no idea what those do, but I think we're going to want some of these. So, yep. So we're going to want to go like this then real quick. Make a bunch of those. Grab half of the. Actually, no, we need. It's just sticks, right? Or yeah. Okay. So we go like this. I'll just go ahead and just change 20 something of them. Then we go like this and like this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And then I'm going to go here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. And then we're going to actually take these and do something I learned. And we're going to go and make. I don't know why I'm mining those separately. I could just do that. And throw this up here with this up here, right? No. Press U on this. No, wait, yeah, never mind. I don't know why I was thinking that. I'll go like that and like that. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it was right click on this. With that, and then we'll mine all those. Okay, and then we'll go over here with this stuff, and we will bring out one of those, where we will then go down to this, and we'll put one of these here, but we're also going to take one of these and put it on there, so it kind of encases that in that. Same thing with that. And then with that, I can go, if I can get to that other side, we might have to just go ahead, go like this, go like this, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. There we go. And by doing that, we will get stuff. There we go. And then we can take this one, put it up like that, to then put this big guy here. We can then put this big guy here. This big guy here. And actually, no, I think I wanted to go that big guy there, actually, not this one over here. I don't need this one over here. We could do that. And with that, then we could technically put our encased fan there. blow air at a okay-ish pace. We could then go like this. And get some more stone or something. We'll just go ahead for now. Probably grab. Well, actually, we can just. I was like, how do we get stone? We just come over here, mine it up, right? Like so. Perfect. But yeah, we could do that. And then we could bring this over here. Like so. And then that will let us grab another bucket of lava if it's finished. It is finished. Perfect. We could bring that over here, put it right there. And now we can bulk blast all this stuff. You just jump up here. Take that, throw it down there. Take that, throw it down there. Take that, throw it down there. And actually, I am going to break this block and this block so that once they are done, we can do that. But I'm just going to also bring these over here because at this point, I don't think I really need them anymore. But yeah, we could look up here and go, okay, you can see all that stuff should be done. I should go here now. And there we go. We got all of that done much quicker. Yeah, perfect. There we go. And we can put it all in here. Like so. And with that, I think we're good. We have a way to get cobblestone, even though it's not the greatest. We'll need to figure out how we can pipe water into here. Once we figure that out, we could do that. We have a way to bulk blast a little bit quicker over here, so we could get stuff a little bit easier as well. Again, we do have these star coins. We have 19 of them now, so if we really wanted to, we could go to the shop, and 16 of them would give us a diamond tool pack, which would probably be very, very handy. We could also use it to get starter gear, which would give us apparently a satchel. It would also give us a diamond crook, a diamond hammer, a diamond axe, a diamond pickaxe, all of which are, nice to have, and 4 chests, whatever. That actually only costs 4 coins. That is something I could easily do. I might do that just so we can get the diamond axe and the diamond pickaxe, right? Gravel, we could do that for get repeatable gravel, and then of course some of these other ones aren't repeatable until you actually get the stuff. Enchant your fortune string mesh with efficiency. So with this, if I took a string mesh and 8 coins, we could do that to get fortune and efficiency. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That is crazy in my opinion. Oh my goodness. But of course, one of the first things we're going to want to do, I think, is some of this other stuff, making it day and whatnot. But we could also later on get aluminum, steel, stainless steel, titanium. We get all these repeatable for those. I don't know if there's an easy way to actually get these. Is there a different way to get these coins? I'm curious now. So if we click R, it looks like there's only the way from the quests. So you only get a certain number of them. So I don't know why it would say it's a repeatable unless there's a different way to get them that's not currently in and they're planning on adding some. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, we want to go here as well. Let's click this real quick and say AUTO. Okay, so there's auto cleave, crystallize your dust. I don't think I want any is what that is. Don't know what all that stuff is. Input hatch, blah, blah, blah. Tanks. It doesn't look like there's like an auto seed type thing. Large farm. Mechanical sieve, a somewhat primitive machine that can sieve automatically for you, relying only on some power to pump out massive amounts of resources without any effort. Can only have one energy hatch. I'm assuming that is some sort of multi-block type thing as well. Not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find that out once we get down to here, maybe. Maybe it'll be an early game. Primitive advanced composter. Large thing, large barrel, large farm, large stone barrel. No idea what any of that stuff is. There's some soul sand that we would get from Witchwood. Blackstone, infinite water, which lead, and the aqueous accumulator, which honestly we could make that. We could do that, and that's infinite water somehow. I don't know how it is, but it's apparently infinite water. I wonder if it has a way to auto pump out to a nearby block. If it does, that might be the easiest way to do that. But we do that stuff, and then of course we could go over here. We got the ability to make clay now. We could figure out everything we need to do to keep that going as well, so that we could get fire bricks to make our primitive oven. But of course, we also need to make the mixing dust, which means we're going to have to make our any Grey Tech mortar and pestle, any of these. So we'd be able to make any of those. And once we make one of those, we'll be able to get our mixing dust so that we can make bronze, so that we can make our bronze casing and everything, I'm assuming, to make our factory. And then after that, we would then make nickel and then invar to make soul infused wires to be able to make a to go to the great industrial revolution, which will be this. That will be our plan. We will come back for all of that. Thank you all for watching this new one. I haven't decided yet. I still think I might do some more in Grey Tech, possibly. Grey Tech New Beginnings. It all depends on how stuff goes. The biggest reason why, again, I came to this was because of the whole, while running around anytime I got to any place with the Nether Fortress, at least that, or not a Nether Fortress, End Stronghold. At least that's what I'm assuming it was, because it was two different places, relatively far apart and whatnot. But anytime I got into one of those areas, it's like, I was running and then it's like game crashes. It's like, oh, why did it crash? Oh, well, because failure to load brick stairs or something similar to something similar along the lines of not loading the brick stairs. So because of that, it was one reason why when the guy said something about why not use this mod pack, I was like, yeah, because I didn't see it, and yeah. But then I also was thinking about possibly starting Ocean Block 2. Well, it's too far. Ocean Block 2. A lot of people did that too. I was thinking about possibly doing that and figuring out everything we could do in that one. Maybe it seemed like it could be a fun one to play. And then again, there's some other stuff I was thinking about looking at to see as well, and see if there's anything else we could do. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Please enjoy your day, night, doing whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. As always, force your friends to watch. We will come back next time for some more of this. Was it Star Technology, right? Star Technology. We will come back for more Star Technology and see if we can actually get more of this stuff done. This does seem like it will be a good pack to play. It is overall easier than Grey Tech, but it does look like it starts to get more and more into the Grey Techy features with more of the higher tier stuff versus the low. It looks like the low tier stuff is just what it is, and then the high tier stuff is where we get more and more into the Grey Tech style things. So we will come back with that. Until then, peace out. See you later.